started to drink a bit of my pee in the morning.
Why?
So, last year I was completely broke. I was really depressed and I tried to take my own life, but I was not courageous enough. It was difficult now.
Ferdinand Morellec, entrepreneur, breathwork master.
Teaching and helping millions of people around the world in getting peace.
Today's a new day. Wake up to smiling.
We are offering wellness services to corporations, to individuals. I use the knowledge that I've learned from mentors that changed my life. I have the best job in the world. And I see people suffering so much. I'm bringing a bit of hope. This is mental illness. And people start to have a smile on their face. They stop their medication. They stop smoking. My God, it's life-changing.
Ferdinand.
Radin?
How are you, my brother?
Nice to meet you. It's a pleasure to
We
see
finally
you.
made it work.
Finally.
We finally made it work.
Easy, man.
You were traveling. I was traveling. Where did you just travel to? You came back from somewhere recently.
I just came back from the Himalayas
Beautiful.
last week.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. How's that?
It was difficult, man. Minus 25 degrees, over 5,000 meters high. And you know, the most difficult part is that I love Dubai. That's why I live here, but it's a bubble.
Yeah.
And to leave this bubble, that's the challenge.
Yeah,
But it was beautiful.
yeah, yeah.
What about you? You were in Germany?
I was in Germany.
Yes.
Yeah. I was in Germany. I got back 2 days ago.
Okay.
Yeah, Germany's nice. Yeah, Germany's like Berlin.
You know, like I did some events in Germany,
Yeah,
and I saw many cultures. I did events everywhere.
yeah.
The Germans are the most tough ones,
I must what?
difficult ones.
Difficult ones.
Yes.
I see.
A bit locked inside for
Yeah.
their emotions.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
fine. We do what needs to be done.
Yeah.
Radin, what do you know about me? Because I'm new in Dubai.
How long you been in Dubai for?
So I do events here since January 2023, but officially I moved the company just 3 months ago.
3 months. So, but you've been living here since January 2023.
No, just one event, the
One
first
event?
ones, and otherwise I've been living here in Business Bay
Yeah.
since 3 months.
3 months. So you've been living in.
Yes.
Okay. Tell me who you are.
Yes, you know, like I feel like there's a question that is a bit tricky every time because I have changed so much in the past years, and I feel right now I'm in my comeback part of the hero story. I'm doing events. I have a company in wellness where we are offering like wellness services to corporations, to individuals, and I do also a few public events. Maybe that's what you saw on Instagram, where I use the knowledge that I've learned from mentors that changed my life, from being a loser, lazy, alcoholic, everything you can
Alcoholic?
imagine. Yeah, man, I was drinking so much. I haven't touched alcohol since 3 years.
Wow.
So from being like this loser, lazy man, I now share all these technique, methods, and approach that changed my life to the world. And I'm just a young man, but so far it does resonate with a lot of people. And maybe you saw some of my work when people are going crazy, and we are going deep.
Where did you grow up? France.
So I grew up in France.
Okay.
I'm born in Paris,
You born in Paris? Okay.
but I moved in a very not good places of France,
Sure.
where it was very depressing for me.
Sure.
Started to drink at 13.
Wow. 13.
Yeah, I was so depressed. I was a buzzing child. I'm a bit like I am now.
Yeah.
And
When
that's-
did you learn you lose virginity?
Okay, so it's a story.
What age?
15, the day of my
15.
birthday.
The day of your
And
birthday.
it was with 2 women.
Oh wow.
But wait. Because now you think, guys, that it was a dream. It was a nightmare. Because I have these 2 women.
You don't know what you're doing.
I'm so stressed.
Yeah.
I'm so stressed and
Yeah.
nothing works.
Yeah. Well, it didn't work.
But I make it worse just for my personal ego
Okay.
at that time when I was 15 to say
Yeah.
that I did it.
Yeah.
But it traumatized me for a while, I guess.
Wow. Okay.
What about you?
17, but at the end of 17, nearly 18.
Fair enough.
Yeah. At the end of high school.
Okay, a good one?
It's a good one. Good girl?
Good situation?
Not really. Not really. Your first time is never a good situation.
It's tough.
I don't have like, I was in love with her since I was 12 years old, went to school together, and we were 17. No, it wasn't like that at all.
Not for most men I know, at least.
No. Okay, so you were a party boy. You started drinking when you were 13. What was the turning point for you where you said, I need to make a change in my life? How old are you now?
How do what?
How old are you now?
I'm 31. I just turned 31.
31.
I was 26, and actually I'm not proud at all of this U-turn. Is that one of my family member, my cousin, that for me was the only one that I was believing in as a human. I was really depressed, so for me everything was doomed. he was starting to do this kind of practice that I'm doing now with breathwork, with ice, with nature and mindset. And he was the only man I was enjoying to be with. But I was not believing in all this stuff. So he kept on doing for 1 week, 2 weeks, and I saw the change and I'm like, my God, okay, I will start to do a little bit. But I didn't believe in anything of that. And then 1 expedition, 2 expeditions, 1 workshop, 3 workshops, I become certified, and the downs are a little bit less downs in my life, the ups are a bit more ups. And here I am today, where I have a wonderful girlfriend. Just thinking about her, it makes me hot already. I'm working with my best friends, 2 of them that moved with me from Spain. It's all French, but from Spain to Dubai. The business is growing very fast. Last year I was completely broke, and now I think we made the estimation. It's not a lot, but I guess the company worth without us €1 million, so $4 million dirhams, which is not a lot, but for a comeback in 1 year, it's not too bad. All the indicators are in green for the future. I reconnected with my parents. We say I love you, I forgive you, and I'm more healthy than ever.
Wow.
So no, life is good.
Life is good. Yeah.
And that's what I want to share, you know. That's why it resonates so fast also with people, because the goal here is not to become like me. The goal here is just for people to be like, oh my God, okay, I can take that angle from him. Maybe I don't have to walk naked in the snow in the Himalayas, but by doing a bit of cold shower, by learning a little bit of his approach, his philosophy, okay, maybe my life can be better. And I know, Radin, your life is something I checked a bit, like 25, 27, massive leap of faith, and you become a successful entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And now what's up?
And now what?
What's up?
What's up? I guess yeah. Look, I got very lucky. I have to say, God is good. Okay, so what is your business? Talk to me about your business.
Sure. So we are 3 business partners. Myself and 1 in business and 1 in marketing. Both of them are also very successful business-wise in their own field, and we are doing different type of events. So there is this public one, which is most of it at Aura Sky Pool in Dubai, but we do it all over the world. And otherwise, it's I come to companies most of the time to improve their performance of their employees, of removing the stress as well. Or I'm also coaching or leading, whatever the terms you want to use, individuals. Most of them are like business owners, or I have a lot also of like wives that have lost faith in life. They are like 50 and they just have no purpose and they feel empty. Their kids have left home and they're like, what do I do now? And I'm bringing a bit of hope in a sense of like, I'm playing with the nervous system. There's different techniques and approach. You saw these videos when the guy is just going crazy, and this happens all the time. So during these events, I'm basically using different tools. The main one will be the mindset and the breath. And we dig inside of your nervous system, because that's the magic of it. It's like modern life has developed inside of us just one part of our nervous system. It's like if you go to the gym doing 1 exercise, you will just develop 1 muscle, which is okay. That's not a bad part, but we are missing another side. We are saying that thinking is the language of the mind, feeling is the language of the body. So now we can take the angle of science or we can take the angle of spirituality. It doesn't matter, it is the same thing. What happened is that, look in the car that we are, fantastic. Look in Dubai, the best places, but people have anxiety in their belly. They have insomnia, they cannot have an erection anymore. For me, that's a waste. I love Dubai, but let's enjoy it to the fullest. I'm having an orgasm right now that's just seeing this beautiful laser. And I'm sure there's many people right now in a Maybach that don't even realize how lucky they are. So by using these techniques and this approach, you really become happy. You rebalance your hormonal system, you rebalance your nervous system. And on top of that, Radin, I'm tired of seeing people suffering from autoimmune disease. These are issues from the past. It doesn't exist anymore. There is solutions. But people don't know it yet. And that's why I'm here.
Going back to your business, that you said it's worth €1 million, right? What component of your business generates revenue? You did say you've got the Aura Sky Pool where you do the ice baths and the breathing and everything. Is that primarily the most amount of revenue, or is it the coaching? Because there's different facets of your business, isn't there?
Absolutely. So there is different products from the event, from the coaching, from the online program, which is also a very big source of revenue. I have to be honest with you, Radin, I am not looking too much at numbers. It is mainly my business partners. But online program, we have the individual events, We are also organizing events with instructors that I have formed, so they're also part of the revenue. They can handle, they can use our trademarks, the brand, but of course we are taking a share on it because we help them with the marketing and finding clients, and all the individual coaching.
Sure.
Then we also have a situation where people are contacting me to come for events and retreats on their own, for private events. For birthday, for example, sometimes we have someone that has invited 70 of their friends in a ski station in France. So I go there and it's a beautiful family.
Wow.
And we bring the vibe up and we help a bit people on the way. It's a new way of working. So
that's interesting.
It's really nice.
Yeah.
I have the best job in the world.
Yeah.
And it just works.
Yeah. Okay, so wealthy families, they invite you to go to wherever, like France or whatever, and then you basically do breathing lessons and ice baths and things like that with them, like you create the experience.
So it all depends on the intention, because of course I'm a business owner and I have employees. In my field it's okay, but some employers, they don't want their employees to become awakened and they all leave the company.
Sure.
So I have also to adapt my service. Sometimes it's just bringing the vibe up. You know, when people, they're used to, for example, drink alcohol.
Yeah.
Now we are here, we do breathwork.
Yeah.
It's a healthy way to entertain ourselves in a also educational way. People now, they want to learn things. They're tired of just entertainment. They want something entertaining where they also become better. So that's what I'm bringing, but also sometimes it's just stress management or just improving performance. There is a way actually to go through life without changing our own life that allow ourselves to lower the inflammation, to lower our stress, to improve our cognitive ability, just by the way you breathe, just by the way you posture, just by the way of playing with your nervous system. So it's been 5 years that I'm doing this. I have trained over, I think we are at 10,000 participants all over the world. So far it works very well.
Okay.
But it's still, I know from the outside and in such a short amount of time like this, sometimes hard to grasp. And I can tell you that my main job actually is to make people stop thinking. For the public, the low level, Radin, I see people suffering so much. People cannot close their eyes. I swear, Radin, at my public event, I am paid to tell people, close your eyes, you are safe. Or drop your phone, or remove your smartwatch for once. People, Radin, they have been so far. Sometimes I share it with you because I want people to not take it personally, but this is mental illness. When you're actually in the most safe city in the world, you are in an event that you paid for, you're surrounded by people that love you, that there is food on the table, there is a roof above your head. They cannot close their eyes. They're sitting, and every time there is one bird, that's not the way to live. And I was there. I know the suffering, I know the cravings, I know the responsibilities and the darkness. And again, we are all different. We are all unique and we all have our weight on our back. But fundamentally, we are all working the same. So with the same approach, the same key points, my God, it's life-changing. And people start to have a smile on their face. They stop their medication. They stop smoking. They start to have a better business. And Radin, it's also beautiful. Now, very soon, we're going to have our first, so Tribe is the name of my company, Tribe. We're going to have our first Tribe baby. People that I've met at one of my events, and now they're going to have a baby.
Wow.
There is another one on the way, but it's just the beginning.
Sure.
And we have people that meet and do business together. Because finally, there are people that are like here to make money, to be successful, but also to feel good. We have people that become best friends. We have people that now they are together forever as a couple.
So you're acting as a matchmaker as well in a way.
It is a network place.
Right? Yeah, network place. How many members do you guys have?
Members of...
Is it memberships?
Yeah, so in Dubai, we have connected face-to-face, just face-to-face with 500 people.
Sure.
So we entertain this community as much as we can.
Sure.
But I also have to be honest with you, Radin, I'm a baby in Dubai. In Europe, it was starting to be huge, but I saw Dubai. I came here and I'm like a kid. No way I'm not having a piece of this cake. Dubai is so beautiful, it's so amazing. So me and my two business partners, we have left everything we had in Spain and we moved to Dubai.
Sure.
So I'm still a baby here. 500 people is nothing. It's gonna go quick.
So 500 people internationally or in Dubai?
No, just in Dubai, in 3 months.
In 3
A
months
bit
in
more,
Dubai.
like we did a few events.
And when you say members, is like a subscription basis
So
thing?
not yet. Basically,
Okay.
right now there is 2 things. There is for people that are watching these videos, they can have the online program, which is kind of seen as a membership, but it's more like a one-time payment. But once they're in, they will have access to live and to services lifetime. So it's a one-time payment thing for now. Otherwise, people come to community. For now, we are quite open because it's the beginning here. So they just have to come to 1 event or 2 events. If we connect well, then they have access to private events that are free. So our event actually, in terms of price tags, are a bit higher than the competition. But we offer services that no one else has. Like there is no competition. So then once they come once or twice, depending on the connection we have, then we are doing private events that are free. Once a month, twice a month, where people come and connect. It's blessed.
Okay, so where do you think your business going? Like, where do you want it to go? Do you want it to go Abu Dhabi, or do you want to go GCC, or do you want to focus on Dubai first?
So I have to be realistic. At the moment, it will be Dubai. We have events also in Oman. We have events in Abu Dhabi coming up. I will focus on Dubai for now. We are growing, but the thing is, like, the business that we have, it's a business of humans.
Yeah.
So as soon as I'm losing the connection with my staff or with the participants indirectly or directly, we are losing it.
Sure.
Because it is not a product that I can sell.
Yeah.
It's not tangible.
Yeah.
Everyone can do breathing. You can ask anyone to tell in, out, in, out. The difference is the being behind. When someone that you know brings love, believe in you, see the light in you, do this, it resonates differently in your nervous system. That's why people, sometimes they pass our door, they cry. And they say, Ferdinand, I haven't cried since 20 years. What is happening? Because finally you are surrounded by beings that actually make you feel safe and that know you. So what happened is that, to reply to your question, I have to move slow. Because I cannot make a wrong footstep or I will lose the trust. And if I lose the trust, I lose my business. It's all based on trust. And that's why actually it's so funny, because I'm contacted by real estate agents that want to have our stamp now, because they're like struggling in real estate to gain the trust of the clients. And we have a community of 500, I cannot say A or A plus because we are in Dubai, so there's always A plus, but of wealthy, well-minded people.
Yeah.
And we have their trust.
Yeah.
So for now, it will be international in terms of events, but mainly instructors, not me, mainly facilitators, and online programs.
Got ya.
I really see people, we have 2 angles to it. I see them as human beings and I give them all my heart because I see the light inside. But at the same time, they are assets.
Yeah.
If I bring them something inside that they didn't have before, it's going to be for life.
Yeah.
I swear, Radin, like, I used to suffer and to wish to not wake up every morning of my life.
Wow.
Every morning, I was like, my God, I wish I will not wake up.
Yeah.
And I tried to take my own life, but I was too weak to do it. I was not courageous enough. But now, everything that my mind can think and my heart believe, it falls in my head, and it goes quick. That's why this comeback, I still feel a baby, like in Dubai, it's a new playground, I'm no one. But it goes quick because people see the light, they are smart. So yeah, it's happening. And the good news is that I'm just talking from my young wisdom, but I'm stepping on the shoulders of giants. Like, I have learned from big guys and I still go in nature, like I went to the Himalayas last week. Radin, I almost died once again. At some point, I'm on the cliff and all the rocks are falling under my skin, my foot, and I'm like, is this the end? But I'm at peace. And it's a confirmation that I'm doing the right thing. I strongly believe that most humans are sometimes suffering just because they don't know the answer. They don't have to go through everything I did. It's pointless. It would be a waste of time. Let's learn from each other. Let's breathe a bit. Let's learn that everything is fine. And you mentioned God. I love to mention God. What if God actually was perfect? What if? Can we accept it? Not just know it. There is a massive difference between learning wisdom and being wise. Can we accept it? That yes, God is always good, but it is not always nice. Sometimes it is hard. And both in balance, the creation is accomplishing itself. There is a metaphor where you see this man rolling a ball up the hill, and the ball is very heavy. But he has to roll this ball up the hill. This is just life. You have to move forwards. And after accepting the master plan of God, he realized that this ball has to go up anyway. And the ball is still there. The hill is still there, but the ball becomes light and very easy to roll forwards. That's my philosophy today. It's like, there will be good moments, there will be bad moments. I just accept them all. The weight is lifted out of my shoulders. The issue is that now, people that are going to watch are going to be like, it's easy for you, master. It's easy for you because you're young, you're not maybe married yet, you don't have kids yet. It's true, but maybe because it is easy for me to say, maybe it is the most logical answer. Instead of when you start to have all the stress and programations and responsibilities and fear, then your message starts to be biased and disturbed. So I'm trying to be the best messenger I can, and so far, Radin, I come to my event, and you know you have your VIP seat already ready
Thank
with
you.
your name written on it.
I appreciate you. I will. I 1,000,000% will. I will. I once had a bad experience with ice bath, so I need to do that again. I need to go slowly, I think, in the ice bath, because I sauna a lot. Well, I used to. I haven't saunaed in a while. I haven't gone to the gym in 3 weeks. Been traveling and business is getting in the way, but I went in there with Rami.
Rami, yes, of course.
And I started panicking, and Rami took me out. I started panicking, I couldn't do it. And it's so painful coming out of an ice bath after 10 seconds, 20 seconds, whatever it is. Your body's just aching right afterwards. But I couldn't go past 10, 20 seconds. So I feel like I need to slowly get into it.
Yes.
I feel like I need to do half a kilo of ice, and then 1 kilo of ice, like half a kilo of ice for 1 week, and then a little bit cold, a little bit colder, a little bit colder. Is that what I need to do?
It depends on what you want. Rami is a legend. I love this guy. I met him many times. He came to my event. I came to his. We catch up very often. He's a legend. I love this man.
Good guy, yeah.
But it's what you want. Radin, I strongly believe that I can make you go like Rami did 1 second in the ice bath and it's going to be fine. I believe that it's all about your nervous system. Your approach is a very smart approach. You're a smart guy. Look what you're doing.
Thank you.
It's a smart approach. You're like, okay, I'm going to train step by step, gradually my nervous system to create a relation of trust with the situation of cold. And I'm going to train my cardiovascular system. So it's going to get easier. Yes, it's going to work. Smart approach. But maybe there is a better way. What if we can actually reprogram your mind quite simply so your nervous system right now not just think about it, it knows that it's safe inside the ice. When you will get inside, you will of course have a bit of struggle with your hand, with the cardiovascular system, but 99% of the people right now has already a very good cardiovascular system. People are complaining, I'm cold all the time, I'm hot all the time. It is the mind that is impacting just what the body should do by itself. As soon as you're safe inside a situation, the blood is going to flow naturally. The blood is going to go naturally.
Sure.
So now the question is, how are you going to feel safe in an ice bath situation that is basically a fight or flight situation?
Yeah.
There is many different ways. Something that worked for me is first of all to do it in a setup where not only one person, for example, like Rami, is the one managing. When you're in a setup where there is a lot of people that you know, that you trust, it's very important, the trust word here, and you see them doing it calmly, your brain automatically is subconsciously learning that, okay, it is a safe situation. It's the same as like if I'm the one looking up, you're not going to look up. But if there is 10 people looking up, you're going to look up. It is the same thing. It's basic reaction of our monkey brain. What we are doing at our events, all the participants actually are also kind of teachers. My community is quite small, but people come back 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. And it's a snowball reaction. The more people who comes, the more people trust and more people feel safe, because the people that are at my workshops, you will see them doing ice bath like crazy, in, out for 30 minutes. And they're at peace, they're calm. Yesterday I was talking with one of the participants, Luca. He's Special Forces. And he said, I came to your events, the advanced one. and he said, I was near a guy, a car dealership, a bit, fat, not fat, but like a bit chubby, and the guy is doing all this ice bath like crazy, and he feel at peace. And Luca, who was the special force, is like, my God, I'm feeling cold after the second one. I said, yes, but this guy, he came to my workshop 4 times. It is your first time. So what I mean by that is like, yes, you have to create a relation of trust. You're right, your approach is right. But by surrounding yourself with people that already has the skills that you want, it takes 1 hour, it takes 2 workshops max. And I promise, Radin, you're gonna do 10 minutes ice bath or in and out for 30 minutes.
Wow.
Easily.
I would love to. But the reason why I say that, I own gyms in Australia. That's one of the businesses that I own. And we have saunas in our gym. And at the time, like, I would only be able to be in the sauna for 20 minutes. Then it was 25 minutes. Then it was 30 minutes. Then I could go longer and longer. And I thought to myself, you went from conditioning your body to be able to go in the sauna every day. I went to the sauna every day. To then going into the ice bath for the first time in your life. And there was a lot of ice. There was a lot of ice. If there was this much water, this much of it was ice.
Yes.
So my whole top body was surrounded by ice. And I was like, we don't need that much ice. You know, we don't need that much ice. A little bit of ice is okay.
It's like, what do you want? There is this sentence that changed my life is, if the why is big enough, the how is easy. Look at what you have accomplished. Like, when you have a good why, the how is easy. But the issue is like, the ice, it is scary, man. It is scary and it is intense. And when the water is 0.5 degree, like Rami is not joking, it's tough the first time. But when the right key words that are triggering the reaction in your nervous system and your subconscious are said, when the right approach is done, it works. So far, everyone is doing it. And now the weight on these ice bath things, it has been democratized. People are okay with that. It's become normal. So it's like the guy that is doing the marathon in 2 hours. Before, no one is doing it. Then he does it once, and everyone can do it. Kinda. More people can do it. It's a unconscious knowledge. So come back to Rami or to myself, whatever.
Sure.
And I can promise you that just for example, this conversation already, you will be like 50% more easy in the ice.
Easy and ice. I will. Let me know when your next event is.
Yes.
I would love to come. When is your next event?
Next week, it's at Aura Sky Pool on the 11th of February.
Beautiful.
In the evening, 8 p.m.
Oh, perfect. I'll be there.
You have your seat ready.
I'll be there. I appreciate that. If you like this video, consider subscribing. We do weekly podcasts with experts in every industry to help you find direction and guide you on your way. Now let's get back into it.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you, sir?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Clearly.
Can I get 3 bottles of water?
Bottles of water.
3.
Sir? Free? No free.
Go.
6 million.
Can you go to the next window?
She's fun. She's trying her best.
We're not here to joke.
No,
We're here to make you order and go.
It's okay.
Yeah. The problem's not me, is it? Is the problem me?
I think you have ordered more coffee than she has taken order of coffee.
Yeah. Hi. Can I have 3 bottles of water still?
Yeah.
A hot Americano.
Hot Americano.
And a cold Americano.
Arabica beans, sir?
Yeah.
1 hot Americano, medium size, Arabica beans. And 1 3 still water. Sure.
And 1 cold Americano.
1 cold, 1 ice, 1 hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
It happens.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you for believing in what I do.
Yeah, of
Because
course.
I know that it's still very untangible and sometimes very unlogical for the mind as well. But I guess people feel that there is something. And thank you very much.
Of course.
And most of the time also it is something that I do that is hard to understand. It is more something that you have to live. This is the whole concept, actually. It's like, there is no logic. We go beyond the logic. But people feel, and you did, so really, brother, thank you very much.
Of course, yeah. I mean, look, I did a podcast with Rami, and these things I'm interested in. Especially something that I realized recently is breathwork. To me, breathwork, I didn't really understand it. And then...
Your 3 water.
Thank you. Yeah. So for me, the breath work was crazy good for anxiety.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe how. Thank you. I couldn't believe
Thank you very
how.
much.
Of course.
Thank you, sir.
Shaq, here you go, sir.
Thank you.
I couldn't believe.
Just the application.
Yeah, no.
No?
I couldn't still know.
She's a legend.
you know, I come here to get my coffee during the podcast.
It's a full experience.
And she's like, well, yes, application. I was like, no, she goes, still no.
She's too good, I swear.
You mentioned to me suicide before. Tell me about your attempt on suicide and what advice would you have for people considering suicide?
So one day I'm 22 years old and I'm in the middle of nowhere. I'm going to die from hypothermia because I just been popping Xanax and drinking alcohol to basically find a moment where I will not wake up in the morning. And I'm in that moment where I know I'm gonna die. But something inside of me woke me up. Like, come on, what are you doing? You know, like, keep faith, like you know nothing about life. What happened is that it brought me up to life knowing that I know nothing, we don't know what we don't know. And it is so important to keep faith because the worst scenario will be that we have all so much solutions in front of us and people do not grab them because they don't believe in it. They don't have faith and hope anymore. And for anybody considering suicide, like, what are you doing? There is so much beautiful things in life that you don't know. So many beautiful situations. There is men and women that are waiting for you. If God makes you here at some point, it's for a reason. So it's important to feel my goosebumps on my skin and my voice. It is happening. Life is now. So grab all solutions that you have in front of you, and there is many, and do what needs to be done.
What does a typical day look like for you? What's your daily routine?
Okay, so guys, I want you to know that you don't have to reproduce everything that I do, okay? But I believe that just the action of doing something for your health is already the 50% of the work. I started in a few months now. I drink a bit of my pee in the morning.
Wow.
A little bit.
Well, I can smell it in your breath, actually.
Yeah? You like it?
Wow.
It's
Why?
so studies doesn't show it enough yet because of course no big pharma wants to do study on something that can heal yourself and you have within yourself yet. But just a little bit actually seems like it's full of stem cells. And I can tell you guys, with all my practices, which is breathwork, going to nature, sauna I love, ice bath I love.
How much of your pee do you drink?
Good. So in
Like a shot of tequila?
yeah, I put a shot, you know, I put some nice music
Okay.
and just do 10 of them like this.
10?
No, I'm joking. No, I just in the morning I have my little glass, I put a little, I don't know, like a shot.
Like a shot.
Yeah,
and then you
just do it. The first
you
one
don't
was,
taste it.
the first one was disgusting.
Yeah. What does it taste like?
It's like coconut water, but warm, and it is not coconut water. I lied about the coconut water.
It does taste like water.
No, it tastes really like pee.
It tastes like pee.
But you get used to it.
How long have you been doing this for?
It's been a few months now, and guys, the thing is, like, I'm so happy. I'm already very healthy. I haven't been sick in years.
Yeah.
But I feel like in the long run, it may do something. It's like everything, you know. It's like if you have sex for the first time and you touch yourself just for 5 seconds, you're like, my God, it's not working. But if everyone knows that it's working and you do it for a little bit longer, it becomes magical.
Mm-hmm.
Same as the gym. You want to get stronger, you do this for 5 minutes, you're like, my God, it's not working. Yeah, but people know that it works long term.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is like this, it's a pioneer thing.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see, we talk in 30 years, if I still have my hair on my head,
Yeah.
it may have been a good thing.
Maybe that's what I need to do.
I will give you some.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so you drink your pee in the morning.
I do sadhu plank.
That's your breakfast.
It's my breakfast. I
Your
do
breakfast.
fasting actually, so it's
Okay.
my first sip, and then
Yeah.
I don't do anything for at least until 2 p.m.
How many hours do you fast?
Around 16.
16.
But I
Sure.
don't calculate too much.
Sure.
My goal is not to be too much in the mind, to not thinking too
Sure.
much. So I do fasting, intermittent. Also, I do like sadhu plank, you know, on the spikes.
Oh, I see. Yes.
So
yes.
last week I did 8 hours
Wow.
on sadhu plank
Wow.
without moving. Breathwork.
Yeah.
So I just put some nice music and just go with the stars. I love sports, nature. Guys, I walk barefoot all the time. You don't want to know, Radin, but I probably put dirt all over your beautiful Maybach.
Okay.
I'm walking barefoot all the time.
Okay.
At the end of the day, what I want the listeners to grasp from me is that let's just put a little bit of the design of nature in
Sure.
our plan of life, and everything is going to work better. I love to make love. I have a wonderful girlfriend that also loves to make love. I think that's a beautiful thing that we all should keep doing. And look at the studies. There is some studies that are actually very powerful. It shows that it is more healthy to be surrounded by people you love and smoking and drinking than being healthy and measuring absolutely everything and being stressed and being surrounded by people that are also stressed. You're going to die at 70 and 80 and you will have no life. I love to dance. I love to sing. I love to party, but I don't drink, I don't smoke anymore. There is so many beautiful ways to enjoy life, and I am tired of seeing a lifestyle that could be fantastic and people are doing it just the wrong way. We don't have to change our life. I'm not here to tell you to stop your work or to change your wife. It is not about that. It is about to be able to see life from another angle. But it was hard. Like, imagine how much experiences I had to do. Like, I changed countries 5 times. I broke up with girlfriends, maybe 5 relationships. It was hard. I had to lose my parents. I had to lose myself. I had to fall into alcohol. I had to move back up. But now, people who are listening, they can, like I do, step on the shoulders of giants. And I'm a small giant yet, but still, you can learn from the mistakes of others.
Well, I'm glad you're drinking your pee that comes out of your penis and not the other thing.
I should have brought you I forgot. I'm sorry, Radin. I'm such a bad friend, I swear. Actually, I have a little gift for you.
Do you really?
It's not pee. I'm so sorry.
Please don't give me pee.
No, it's a small one.
No, please hold it.
I have it in my bedroom, and
Okay.
it's tourmaline.
What's this?
It's just a stone,
Okay.
which is known as being a shield, energetically wise.
Wow.
So for a man like you that is traveling a lot, that's
Wow.
meeting a lot of people, that has a lot of responsibility, it's supposed to protect you from bad energy or whatever.
No way.
So, 2 options.
That's a great stone.
It's a beautiful one. It's my favorite one.
Wow.
So, 2 options.
Yeah.
Or you use it for
Yeah.
its purpose, which you keep it with you and it's like shielding from bad energy,
Sure.
or you just shake it and throw it at someone bothering you. It also works.
It
as
also
a
works
weapon.
out too?
It also works as a
I
weapon.
appreciate you. Thank you, my brother.
It's
Thank you
a
for the
pleasure.
gift. It's beautiful. It's funny you give me a stone because I'm actually I'm not into different types of stones, but I'm into wherever I go. Like if I go to Persepolis where the Persian Empire was, or if I go to Athens and I go to where, or if I go to Egypt where all the pyramids are, I always find a stone that is from the main monuments that was on the rubble. I always pick it up and I go, is this from this? I try to match it if it fits. If it is, I take it.
Amazing. So you have piece of the
the
building.
Egyptian pyramids,
Amazing.
piece of the Athens Colosseums, piece of the Persian Empire.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I like that kind of stuff because imagine the energy that for years and years and years. So this is a stone that's known for shielding
Shield.
bad energy,
Yes, protecting you.
protection.
Yes. I believe that people who are listening to your podcast, there will be the business ones, there will be the spiritual one, and anything in between. The mind is actually so complex and so simple at the same time. Look, for example, if you're a little bit stressed, and I'm doing the spiritual stuff with Palo Santo and everything, that you believe in it or not, actually your subconscious mind is like, oh, okay, there is someone doing something for my safety. So we can talk from the angle of spirituality that it actually heal and clean and okay, I'm okay with that. But from someone very pragmatic, we also have to accept the fact that the mind is not that smart. If you see someone doing something for you, even if it's something that you don't understand, your subconscious is like, okay, I can relax because someone has done something for my safety.
Yeah.
It is the same with the stone. That you believe in it or not, magnetism or not, it doesn't matter. Someone has put intention into that stone, that
Yes.
this stone is doing this. So you owning it subconsciously already make you feel a certain way.
Yeah, very true. Very true. You're right. I'll leave that stone in the car.
It's
Always. I appreciate you.
It's full of love as well. I put my heart into
Thank
it.
you. Thank you. Where did you get this stone from?
So actually, there is, it's funny, there is many at home.
Okay.
Many. So this one I don't know anymore from where it comes. There is a lot of
Sure.
tourmaline everywhere.
Sure.
But
It's called tourmaline.
tourmaline, yes.
Okay.
So I don't know, but I can tell you that it was in my flat for a long time.
Yeah.
I touched it a lot. I love it a lot.
Yeah.
It comes from a good place.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
There is a bridge, I believe, between pragmatism and being very realistic, down to earth, and spirituality. What I say to my participants is that, look, my voice is make you feel something. my smell, the touch of this leather, what you have had today, your emotions, your past trauma, your thoughts, everything makes you feel a certain way. If you accumulate all these informations from the color of the sky, all of it, this is what spiritual people will call energy. And then it goes beyond. We can go on this energy. You know, spiritual people, we can talk forever.
Yeah.
But this is a bridge. So if just the color of your eyes, your intention is making me feel a certain way, okay, so then there is an energy in the room. There is an energy in a person. And that's when we mix both worlds. And people can start to understand, okay, we can talk about energy. I will give you an example. I work with millionaires and billionaires in one-to-one sessions because, like everyone else, we all have at the end of the day the same issues. I go to millionaire mansion, billionaire mansion, and they sit us, and next to us there is the gardener doing gardening. I'm like, you're probably in the top 3,000 people in the world. You have the most big villa, and we are sitting right now next to the gardener doing noise. This person is disconnected from actually feeling and sensations, because for me it's obvious that this is not the right place to sit. Some people has no more idea of feeling, so they end up having everything but not enjoying anything, or putting even themselves at harm, because it's not good to be surrounded by massive construction noise. You have a mansion, why don't we go into the most beautiful places? Some people like you, it's different. You already have some connection. I can feel the way you talk, there is emotions, there is a sense of style. I watched your podcast with the friend of Andrew Tate, when you talk about your clothes. You know now to play simple, and at the same time being well dressed, you have a sense of touch, but some people are so disconnected. They haven't cried since 20 years. When was the last time you cried?
It's funny you say this. I don't cry. Last time I cried, I'm 34. Last time I cried, I was 14. Some people haven't cried in 20 years. That's me.
Stop the car.
Cry right now. Cry right now.
You're gonna cry.
Yeah, I don't know how to cry. I don't cry. It's not okay. It's not normal. I know that. I don't cry.
Radin, okay, it was my case as well. It's time to cry. And we will do what needs to be done.
Sure.
It's fine, but it is time. Because as a man, as a woman, it doesn't matter. We have emotion all the time. We are actually emotional beings. Any business seller will tell you that. Tony Robbins says, business is a spiritual game. So we accumulate emotion. And there is not many ways to transcend them. This is basically a little bit more advanced, but any emotion can be transcended in two different things. Something that is destructive or something that is constructive. For example, anger can be transcended by movement and heat. So when you're angry, you can punch your girlfriend, which obviously this is the destructive option, which is not the right option. Or you can go to the gym, and then you become stronger and you release this anger, constructive part. But you can transcend like this any emotions. So then we start to become a bit more mastered, but your viewers are very smart and sharp and they want to become better. So when you keep repressing yourself and emotions, you destroy yourself. It's part of the Bible, by the way, when they said, what you bring forth is going to save you. What you don't bring forth is going to destroy you. So look at what you're building. You're 34. It will be such a shame that in 10 years, 20 years, you start to have inflammation, you start to have autoimmune disease, you start to have whatever. I don't want to jinx anything. If you express, if you leave this out, it's going to liberate you. And Radin, you already have done so much. Imagine if all this luxury and abundance that you have created with your bare hand, you can also feel it even deeper inside. It's going to be balanced.
I want to cry. I would love to cry, right? Because obviously being in the world of business, it's very stressful. It builds up, right, a lot. And I think to myself sometimes, I wish I could go somewhere and cry, right? Because it's just a lot. I have 16 businesses, individual businesses, right? And I think to myself, I wish I could go somewhere and cry right now. The build-up is crazy. I just don't know how to. I don't know what happened when I was 14. I don't know what happened when I was 15, 16. I don't know, but I just don't know how to.
And how come you're still not my client?
What do I do?
What do you do?
Yeah.
I will leave you my card.
Yeah.
Ferdinand on Instagram, Tribe Superhuman. It's time. What I mean by that is like,
what do I do?
Okay, so the first thing first is like you will have to find a safe place. But the issue is that, like me, we are big guys. And what I mean by big guys is that we are doing a lot. We are people that are outside in the world. You're traveling non-stop. You have 16 businesses. You're connected with so many things. You are the reference point of so many things. Of course, leaders don't cry. Of course, when the leader of the army is leading the army, of course he doesn't cry. So when does he cry? When finally he can come to his little hut and he's alone with, at that time in the past, would be a shaman or would be someone that is actually made for that, where you can let go your leadership. So you will have to give me the key of the Maybach. And I know it's tough. And if it's not me, find someone else that you resonate with. It doesn't have to be me. For me, it was Wim Hof. For those that don't know, please Google that man. He's a legend. He's a big guy that has 28 world records, almost died multiple times. And me, with my little ego of 26 at that time, I go to that man. Of course, I drop my shield. Because what can I do? I just have to shut the fuck up. So then, when you start to meet someone that, and I hope it will be me, because I maybe developed part of something that you haven't yet, you can drop your keys. And you can start to be like, my God, actually, I can cry and puke on the floor, and this guy will still be like, it's okay, brother. I got you, I understand you. I know the darkness. I know all these bad thoughts. I know all these disgusting things that come to our mind. I have done many of them. I will tell you something. You want something viral? At 25, I was sure that I was a mass murderer.
Oh.
And I was sure that I was a lot attracted by disgusting things in deviant sexual stuff. Because I was so splitted from who I was that that was the only explanation. It's like, if I am depressed, I'm just not right for this world. So if I'm not right for this world, I'm doing things that are not right. That was my mind. Because the mind is so good at justifying itself. But once we start to cry, once we start to realize that actually our darkness is not that dark, and once we let it go, actually it was nothing. It becomes big inside. But once you let it go, actually it was nothing. And I helped 10,000 people. If I would have not gone through that way, I would have or killed myself or maybe be a mass murderer. Or I would have thought about it my whole life and suffered from it. Don't go to action, of course. But what I mean by that is like, you will have to find a safe space.
So what you're saying is, if I get to that stage where the pressure is building up a lot and I need to go and cry, go find a safe space. Because I don't need to cry about anything right now. I'm in a good place right now. I can't go into a safe space and cry, right?
Yes.
You're saying when you get to that level, go to a safe space.
You don't have to wait,
But like right now, my bedroom's a safe space. I don't need to cry right now. What do I do?
Is it a safe space? Is it a safe space? You have your Apple Watch, you have your wife around, you have your kids, you have your business partner reaching out to you. Everyone knows where you live. So no, it's definitely not a safe space. Come somewhere where no one knows you're there. Come to people like me that has nothing to do with your business. For me, you can tell me that you want to kill your business partner. It's between us. I have nothing to do with your business. I have no bias. I don't care. So you will have to remove the smartwatch. By the way, guys, everyone watching who have an Apple Watch, amazing. I am not against technology, but let's use it with wisdom. Fuck, don't wear it all the time. I can tell you something. You know the people that...
This is a Whoop, by the way.
Yeah, it's kind of the same. Okay, at least no notification.
Yeah, this just tracks your sleep. Okay.
At least.
Yeah.
But everyone that is struggling the most into the ice bath is people that are always on their phone or with a smartwatch. And it's time to let go a bit of this thinking mind all the time. Our biggest strength is our biggest weakness. And I keep saying that you're smart, not because I want to give compliments, but because what you have accomplished. The issue is that your biggest strength is also your biggest weakness. So you will be able to justify all the wrong behavior, and you will be able to justify all the things that you will repress. Because you will have to do it. Because I have a good reason to repress that. So now, let's talk about trauma a little bit. You may not have had the worst life ever, but sometimes just being in a supermarket with your mom when you're 4, and your mom is going into another way, and you're like, where is my mom? That actually can be something that will influence your whole life. So even people that are like not having a worst life ever, there is still things to dig inside. I'm a race car. I would consider myself an athlete of the nervous system. Let's dig deeper. Some people will be obvious. There is a rape, there is an abuse, it's obvious. We're gonna clean that. But some people is just finding little tweaks, little reprogrammation that will allow you to perform even better, to have more energy, to reconnect to the deepest. Guys, how come I was able to create all this when I was alone just a few years ago, and now I'm surrounded by love and abundance and success? Because I worked bit by bit, like a reprogrammation of my nervous system. And I can tell you guys that this is just the beginning. Don't believe me, just watch. It's gonna work. It's working already. So, you, Radin, we're gonna find you a safe place.
I can't cry if I'm going with someone. If me and you go to the desert, I can't cry.
You know, for example, right now, we are in a neutral situation. We have cameras in front of us. No way we can cry. And myself, even now, I am open, but I'm not that vulnerable. But when you will see people around you, or me, and I will show you what it is to be vulnerable, maybe you will be like, slowly, I can be a little bit more myself. And maybe the first day is going to be one tear. Some people, they all just open up. Some people, it took a while. It took me time. It took me a lot of time to do it. But one day, I'm on this yoga mat, and there is Wim Hof screaming at me, "Express, motherfucker! Breathe, breathe, I see you, poker face!" And it was like so painful, like I was in pain and I was at the worst of my life. I lost everything at that time, I was broke. And I felt the pain here growing up, and I didn't know what it was. And I didn't want to let it go, but at some point, like a bottle of champagne, it was a burst. And I cried and cried and cried. And I had then to apologize to everyone and to forgive myself for being so blind and ignorant and dumb. From that day, there was many more revelations coming, but from that day, I reconnected with my emotions. I reconnected with my compass. And now I was able to choose where I wanted to go way better. I stayed the same man. Actually, I'm doing the same work than what I was doing before when I was working in online gambling. I'm still taking care of people, but not for the construction part, for the building up part, what I consider the good. So it's a journey, guys. You can see I'm excited. I'm in the car at the same times. I'm like a dog in the car, like let's play on both sides. Being able at will to switch off from being at stress, creation, doing things, amazing. And at will, we slow down, we go into the emotion, we connect with one another, and we create the best friendship ever, the best love ever. It is happening, with or without you guys. People are joining, and it becomes an army. It becomes a tribe.
Beautiful. Well said.
Thank you, brother, for doing what you do. It's a pleasure to know that you exist.
Thank you.
And we are going to do beautiful things together, I know.
Yeah.
It's fantastic what is happening.
Now that you've obviously educated me in all this, I need to get in and conquer the fear of the ice bath again.
It's gonna work. Okay. As soon as you let go the mind, it's gonna work.
Yeah.
You're too much in the mind.
Yeah, I got so much in my mind. Can I not have an ice bath that's got less ice?
No, absolutely not. You know, as my participant, most of the time I say, the best answer to your question is no question. Because question is the mind. The whole goal here is to disconnect. But it's an experience that you don't have to understand yet.
Yeah.
It is an experience that you have to live.
Yeah.
So it's happening.
If you like this video, consider subscribing. We do weekly podcasts with experts in every industry to help you find direction and guide you on your way. Now let's get back into it.
Like DJ Beast, for example, that came. He's on Dubai Bling now. I see for the season 2. He came. He had one of the best moments of his life. And he's a creative person. So the most he connects with his feelings, and he was already actually in a very beautiful state, but the more he's able to create. And guys, I'm looking at you now. You know, it's not about becoming Radin or becoming me. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. But the thing is, like, you don't know what you don't know. So sometimes people are justifying their thoughts without knowing that there is another approach. I'll give you an example. I have an individual session with a wife. Everything successful in her life. The issue is that there is a problem with her husband. And she said, I'm thinking about killing myself.
Wow.
I said, no. Every signal that you just showed me doesn't show that you're going to kill yourself. Not at all. But your mind haven't found a solution yet to disconnect. So the only logical situation that you find is to kill yourself. It's sad. There is so many other ways to disconnect the mind. Have you been to nature recently? No. Have you been traveling a bit alone? No. Have you been taking a moment doing breathing? No. Okay, but go kill yourself, but that will be the worst option. There is so many other solutions available, but because no one knows them. The only thing they know is killing themselves, because that's what society is showing. Guys, there is abundance of solutions. I was doing sound healing yesterday. It's a blast. And on top of that, you're going to meet people that are successful, that are smart, that are looking good because they're connecting with themselves. And because they're at peace with themselves, they have less cravings. So they eat better, they think better. They're more fun. They're happy. I think happy people are pretty cool in general.
Yeah.
So there is abundance, but maybe most of you haven't resonated with that things yet.
80% of communication is nonverbal. A lot of vibe, energy, right? So you obviously had the client who was thinking about killing herself, and you said, "Look, everything that I'm feeling from you, I don't feel like you want to do that." What feeling do you get from me? What do you sense from me?
Okay.
Am I disconnected from my emotions? What do you sense from me?
Okay.
Honestly, complete honestly.
I think that because you have been successful, you still get your dopamine shot because you are successful at business and you know how to succeed. So you know how to get your dopamine shot. Basically, dopamine, guys, is what keeps you alive. It's what the willing to stay alive. Long story short. So now you are pretty sure that you're happy and you're doing good, which is the case. Thanks God. I will not say that you're not happy. What I'm saying is that life is a marathon. So now the worst case that may happen, I'm not saying it will, is that at some point you're like, I have 10 Maybach. I have 16 businesses. Now I have 25. I'm starting to be a bit tired of that. What's next? And you cannot find anything next. And then you enter in a cycle where you start to be a bit unwell, physically, inside. And I'm not saying that to you to wish you any bad things. It's what I see from experience of my participants and myself. So now the question is like, what's next? This is the angle that I'm bringing. It's a part of your nervous system, like if it was a map that you haven't experienced yet. And I'm talking about orgasm just by breathing, without ejaculation. I'm talking about spiritual revelations where you're like, oh my God, I didn't know that about myself. Maybe I want to buy a boat and travel the world. I'm talking about pure passion and happiness. Guys, I used to just wake up in the morning and take a beer and stay in the dark. Now you can look at me. I have goosebumps all over my body. Body doesn't lie. I am passionate. Guys, can you see this?
I can see it.
I know. My nervous system is on fire. Imagine the love that you bring to your wife, to your kids. Because that's it as well. Like, guys, legacy. I know all millionaires and billionaires, what they want is good legacy. What are you going to bring to your kids? Money, intelligence, smartness, tools to manage all this, education, all this. Please, go for it. But what about the passion? What about the love? What about the nature part of it? That gives us, in the morning, the happiness and the strength. I don't train that much, for example. Now I know I look like the Viking style because I worked a bit on my character. But the truth is that I don't train that much. I don't care that much. And just by being healthy, my face, my muscles, my belly, it came back to something more natural. You can see in my eyes. You can learn from people's eyes. There is life inside. And I think that it's a part of life that, if you wish, is there for you when you feel ready. And it's a beautiful part of life.
The good thing about podcasting with you is I just let you go. I just let you go. It's like Andrew Tate. You say one thing and you just let you go. Okay, so what you see in me is I get my dopamine from business. I get my dopamine from wins. But when that starts getting old, I'm gonna have a realization of going, well, what's next in life? And I think you're 100% right. People, I go on dates with girls and they say, what do you like to do? What do you like to do? And I said, I don't know. Yes. I don't know what I like to do.
Yes.
Do you like going to the movies? To be honest with you, I don't go to the movies. Like I might go to the movies with you. I need you in my life to make me go to the movies or to watch Netflix or to relax or go to the beach. So what do? I just work. What do you mean you work? I just podcast. I go to the gym, and then when I'm at home, the TV's never on. I'm always on my laptop, and emailing, thinking, brainstorming, and so what makes you happy? I like traveling. Okay, yeah, but traveling how often? Every 10 days I travel somewhere. Okay, what about the 7 days? What about the 10 days you're in Dubai? I can't tell them. I'm not someone that goes, you know what? I love going to the park. I love going to the movies. I love snowboarding. I love ski, whatever. I don't have that thing that I love doing. Work is just consumed.
Yes.
Business is just consumed. But I love it. But I love it
Because you get the dopamine.
because it's a game.
Yes.
I love
Yes.
playing.
And
Listen,
you're a warrior.
you want to play a video game? This is my video game.
Yes.
My
Yes.
video game is business.
You know, like, again, I believe that this is fantastic and don't stop this. By the way, some people are afraid to go into the journey that I did because they're afraid of losing this part, which is not the case. I'm still an entrepreneur. I'm making more money than ever. And I did do all this journey, spiritual journey. So you're not going to lose that. This is a part of you that is fantastic and that you have mastered. But look, for example, let's talk about women. 1 year ago, 2 years ago, I'm broke, guys. I'm on my way up. I'm still not amazing. I'm still not... But people, women are very connected to their emotions. When you start to breathe a bit with them, let's sit down. Let's go sit here. We hold a hand and we breathe together. They love it. They love it. Guys, if you want a good motivation to enter into this field, okay, you're going to connect way much more with women. And I can tell you that there is many things that they will open up to you that will be like, oh my God, they've never opened to me before that way. So by entering also into this field of more emotions, you enter in your feminine energy. It doesn't mean being a pussy. Of course not. We are big men. But you will be able to understand and connect with this part of your nervous system. And I promise you guys, you will connect with more women and better. And in bed is going to be better. Everything is going to be better. So when you meet women now, you know, and you will say, I did a bit of breathing. I realized that I was blind maybe on some aspect of my life. I realized that I don't cry, but it's something that I wish I could do. You tell them that to them, they will, for once, they will let you in deeper and faster. You know, something that actually slowed me down in my life, and I know it sounds very weird, but once I started this journey, I started to have everything that the millionaires have, even without money. I started to have all the women. I started to have access to everything because people wanted to have me in their party, in their friendship, So I started to have access to freedom, to travel, to women, to business opportunities without having any money. Because I got something in my energy that they didn't have. So people watching, you don't have to have a Maybach yet. You can start from zero, breathe a bit, and say that you're doing it. Realize that you're blind. This is being vulnerable. Realize that we are, at the end of the day, we don't know what we are doing. God is beyond our mind understanding.
God's at the wheel.
It is. So maybe we can feel the grasping of the perfume of God. But the mind, our intellect, is way too dumb to understand 1% of it. So let's just accept. And once we accept the masterpiece of God, we are like, oh my God, I start to actually feel it. I cannot explain it, but it's beautiful.
Appreciate you. I appreciate you coming on the podcast. I appreciate the beautiful gift. Come back anytime. I think the viewers will get a lot of benefit from today's podcast. And I'm looking forward to the 11th of Feb.